I see, I want, I take. Wow, is this always the case? What are the things that build our attitude? Last week we started a study on stewardship, motives of the heart. And this week the lesson is, I see, I want, I take.
And just right from the beginning, the lesson lays it out what could be the problem if we follow and we go for money, wealth, and possession. The memory text from Matthew 13:22, for me personally, nails it down when telling us that we can live in between the thorns of this world. However, it is not safe because we can become unfruitful. Meaning that richness is not bad in itself. Simply, it can lead us to a new lifestyle with new values.
The parable about the sower and the grains that went into different ground is very rich on insights. And the main case for this week is the one where it found a good ground, but then the thorns choke it. And very often, this is us. We are open for the relationship with God, but somehow we can't find time for it. Or we get so focused on the things that we do, maybe even good things, things that we believe that are for the benefit of our relationship with God. But they take over and the relationship starves to death. The perspective is so important. What is the motivation of the heart? Religion can be very corrupted and may become one of the worst tools against humanity if the center gets moved away from God and His love for us.
Some people come to Christ and His church so they could have a better life, financial help, God's blessings in their financial life, family protection, family environment, kids programs and enrichment. These are all good things, but this is all they're coming for. This is just much better than what is offered out there, and they have a point about it. Actually, this could be a very good pitch for the church to attract people. However, as much as God's blessings are part of our experience with Him, they're not our goal and our purpose as Christians. The gospel does not carry a message of prosperity only, neither it carries a message of blissful life here on earth. So should I follow Christ for the better life right here? Should I give more so that I can get back even more? And this is exactly what the lesson defines as the gospel of prosperity.
And there are many churches found on that basis. The lesson says that God is treated like a vending machine. Just business, my friend.
Did you know that the more you have, the more you want? Is that really a problem? Yes, it is. According to Jesus, the cares of this world can swallow us. They can choke the word in our lives and we can become unfruitful, as we read in verse 22, Matthew 13. So it's good to ask ourselves, what is a healthy balance for me, first, of what I want, and second, of how much I need, how much I have, and at the same time keeping a clear spiritual eyesight. Finally, we can keep either Jesus in focus or our endless hunger for treasures. And the second one, this hunger for treasures, has the power to lure us into a different slope of self-centered and self-adored glide.
The lesson talks about blurred spiritual eyes. And it's interesting because the process begins with a sight. I see. What I want depends on how I see. Have you experienced your physical eyes playing tricks on you? How much more our spiritual eyes? If we look through what we have or what we don't have, this will affect the focal point of our sight.
Somehow we are always first presented with some treasure or some sort of wealth. And if it's appealing to us, our heart gives in to wanting it. And this desire grows, and then we stretch our hand and we grab it. And the Bible calls this covetousness, if there is no moral control over this desire. Eve and Adam, for that matter, lost it when they were presenting with something more than they needed. God gave them everything. They had enough. And it was all good according to the record in Genesis. However, their heart was led to believe that there is more, and they acted upon it. So it all comes down to recognizing our needs and knowing our limits.
From what we see and the way we see becomes the I want. What do we want? If we have the time to think about it, we probably want good and honorable stuff. But when we're caught up in the moment of everyday life, what are our desires? They determine our choice. I take. David, a man after God's own heart, he saw, he wanted this beautiful woman, and he took. The tragic reality of our nature.
The lesson at the end brings our attention to the words in Isaiah 56:11, where the prophet says that some men are dogs with mighty appetites. They never have enough. Have you met people like that? Always wanting and never having enough? We call that greed, and also we call that having things your way. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's bad to have a lot or it's bad to work things out in your life. I'm just saying that it's about keeping this natural tendency under moral control.
It sounds clear, even obvious, but it's a real personal struggle. We want the best for our families. We are called to be builders, investors, active people of God. Being lazy or getting satisfied with mediocrity is not the answer. But it's so easy to get carried away and for the thorns to take over.
So what message am I going to take from this lesson? Keep it under control. Keep my focus on Jesus and maintain my daily inspiration from Him will be a force that can resist and control what is more powerful than me.
Well, the lesson calls it self-control, but then admits that self can't do it. We need to bring it back to Jesus. The lesson for next week is called God or Mammon.